Okay, it is 5:45 in the morning. The windows are fogged from the inside, the kind of fog that only happens when a person has been breathing in a sealed space all night. An alarm goes off, not a clock on a nightstand, but a phone sitting on the dashboard, screen lighting up the whole car for a second before a hand reaches up from a sleeping bag and silences it. Outside, a strip mall parking lot, a few streetlights still on, nobody else around. This is where the day begins, not in a bedroom, not in a kitchen. In the front seat of a four-door sedan that has been home for the last 4 months. Most people wake up and walk to a kitchen. This person wakes up and looks at a parking lot, and for them it is just a regular Tuesday. Okay, so before we follow the rest of this day, here is what you need to understand about who we are talking about. This is not a camping trip. This is not a minimalist lifestyle experiment. The person in this car is a working adult, employed, paying taxes, managing a phone bill, a car insurance payment, a bank account. They are living in their vehicle because the math of their city stopped working for them. The gap between what they earn and what a basic apartment costs became too wide to close. And rather than stop functioning, rather than quit the job, leave the city, or disappear into a shelter system that does not fit their situation, they made a calculation. The car became the answer. It is an ugly answer, but it is a functional one, and today we are going to follow every hour of it. We will see what the day looks like, and we will see what every piece of it actually costs in dollars, in time, and in energy. Before we get into all of that, a quick word from today's sponsor. Hey, it's CJ, the creator of this channel. If you ever thought making money on YouTube requires fancy equipment, special software, a microphone, an expensive camera, and professional editing skills, I want to challenge you. This video right here is faceless. It was made using a software I made called topic2video.com. There is no camera and no host, not even a script writer or a voice actor. It was made from a simple topic I thought of and was interested in. The visuals, the voiceover, the script, the music, the captions, the thumbnail, and the description were all generated automatically. Start your automated faceless YouTube channel with topic2video.com today. Back to the video. All right, the alarm is off. The first problem of the day is immediate and physical. The car is cold, maybe 48 degrees inside because the engine has not been running. Running the heat all night would burn through a quarter tank of gas and, more importantly, draws attention. An idling car in a parking lot at 2 a.m. is the kind of thing that gets a knock on the window. So you sleep cold, you sleep in layers. The sleeping bag is rated for 20 degrees, which costs about $60 used off an online marketplace. That is a one-time expense that pays for itself fast compared to running the heater every night. The subject pulls the seat forward from its reclined position, checks the phone. Battery is at 34%, plugged in, but the car was off, so it barely charged, and does a quick scan of the lot outside. Rule 1 of sleeping in your car. Always know where you are when you wake up. Not because you forget, but because context matters. A parking lot that was empty at 10 p.m. can be a school drop-off lane by 7 a.m. This one is fine. The strip mall does not open until 9. There is time. The next stop, about a mile and a half away, is a Planet Fitness. The Black Card membership runs $24.99 a month. That is the shower. That is also the sink, the toilet, the mirror, and the hair dryer. For someone living out of a car, a gym membership is not a luxury. It is infrastructure. It is the cheapest reliable access to hot running water that exists in most American cities. The drive over takes about 6 minutes. The subject parks, grabs a small backpack, toiletries, a clean shirt, deodorant, a towel, and walks in like any other early morning gym member. They are not lying to anyone. They are a member. They are using the facilities they are paying for. Inside, they get 25 minutes. Shower, change, brush teeth, do whatever grooming the day requires. They walk out looking like a person who just got ready for work, because they did. The math on this is worth pausing on. $25 a month divided across 30 days is about 83 cents a day for a full shower and changing facility. A truck stop shower, the kind you'd buy one off on the road, runs between $12 and $15 per use. The gym wins by a factor of about 15 to 1. Yeah. This is not a small thing. For a lot of people living in vehicles, finding the right gym membership is one of the first and most important logistics decisions they make. By 7:30, they are back in the car, clean, and the next problem is food. This is where the no kitchen reality becomes very concrete very fast. There is a small, soft-sided cooler on the back seat. It holds a few things. A couple of hard-boiled eggs made 2 days ago at a friend's place, a piece of fruit, a small container of peanut butter, a bottle of water. That cooler is the entire kitchen. No stove, no microwave, no refrigerator that resets every night. The cooler gets replenished with ice every 2 or 3 days, which costs about $1.50 at a gas station. If you eat entirely from convenience stores or fast food every day, you spend somewhere between $15 and $25 a day on food, which is $450 to $750 a month just to eat. A person with a kitchen and a grocery budget can eat for $200 to $300 a month. The gap is real and it compounds. The cooler strategy, buying simple groceries, prepping what little can be prepped without cooking, closes that gap somewhat. On a good week, this person spends about $60 to $70 on food, which comes out to roughly $8 to $10 a day. Still higher than cooking at home, but far below the pure fast food route. This morning, the eggs, the peanut butter on a piece of bread, and a gas station coffee that costs $1.79. Total breakfast cost, under $3. It is not glamorous, it is math. Yeah, the job starts at 9. It is a warehouse position on the east side of the city. $12.50 an hour. Full-time, roughly $400 a week before taxes, closer to $330 after. Annual take-home, somewhere around $17,000. The commute from the parking lot to the job is 14 minutes. Ironically, this person's commute is shorter than that of many people who pay rent across town because they can position the car wherever makes the most logistical sense each night. That is one of the few genuine advantages of this arrangement. During the workday, the car sits in the employer's parking lot, free, no meter, no parking garage. The car is the locker. Lunch is packed from the cooler, a sandwich, some crackers, whatever survived the morning. Nobody at work knows. That is important to understand. The decision to keep this private is nearly universal among people living in vehicles. The social cost of disclosure is too high. An employer might decide someone living in a car is unreliable or unstable. Co-workers might treat them differently. So the morning routine at the gym, the clean clothes, the packed lunch, all of it is not just logistics, it is camouflage. Now, here is the number that explains how someone ends up in this situation to begin with. The median rent for a studio apartment in a mid-sized American city runs between $1,000 and $1,400 a month. Add utilities around $150 and you are at $1,150 to $1,550 per month just for a place to sleep and shower. That's crazy. That is more than 2/3 of this person's monthly take-home pay. On $1,320 a month after taxes, paying $1,200 in rent leaves $120 for everything else. Food, gas, phone, car insurance, all of it. That math does not work. It cannot work. The car is not the problem. The car is the solution to the problem. All right. The shift ends at 5, and for most people, 5 p.m. means going home. For this person, 5 p.m. opens what you might call the logistics window, a block of 2 to 3 hours where everything that a house person would do from the couch or the kitchen has to get done from the car, from parking lots, from storefronts. First stop, a laundromat. Laundry cannot happen at home because there is no home. A load of wash and a dry cycle runs about $6 to $8 at a coin laundromat, and it takes close to an hour and a half start to finish. Once a week minimum. That is about $32 a month in laundry costs, plus the time, 6 hours a month sitting in a plastic chair watching clothes spin. Second stop, a grocery run, not a full shop. There is no room for a full shop. A targeted buy, things that survive without refrigeration, things that fit in a backpack and a small cooler. Maybe $20 tonight. The phone needs charging too. The phone is the single most critical piece of equipment in this entire operation. It is the navigation system, the alarm clock, the bank, the job board, the communication line. A prepaid plan runs $35 to $45 a month. Losing it or letting it die is not an inconvenience. It is a crisis. The charging happens wherever power is available. The car charger drains the battery if the car is off, so cafes, library outlets, and the gym are all part of the charging rotation. Some people in this situation also rent a storage unit. A 5x10 space runs $80 to $120 a month in most markets to hold the things that do not fit in the car. Clothes out of season, documents, anything with sentimental value. It is a second rent for a space you cannot live in. Tonight, there is no storage run. The errands eat about 2.5 hours total. By 7:30, the practical work of the day is mostly done. By 7:30 in the evening, the practical work is done and something harder begins. A friend sends a text. A group is getting dinner. Want to come? The subject types back something vague, maybe later. Work was rough. The truth is more complicated. Sitting at a restaurant table means someone asks where you live, or asks if you want to split an Uber back, or casually mentions they dropped by your place and you were not there, which is true because there is no place to drop by. The act of keeping this life private is constant and exhausting. It is not shame exactly, or not only shame. It is a practical calculation about how much social capital gets spent versus how much gets preserved. Most people who live in vehicles do not tell their employers. Many do not tell their families, and a significant number do not even tell close friends. Not forever, but for as long as it feels like a temporary situation, which it almost always does, at least at first. So the evening is quiet. The subject parks near a park with decent lighting, eats the last of the cooler food, and scrolls the phone for a while. A job posting that pays $2 more an hour. An application that gets started. The social isolation is real, but it is also managed the same way everything else in this life is managed, as a variable with a cost that gets weighed against the alternatives. Tonight, staying in the car costs nothing and preserves the story. Yeah, around 9 p.m., the night's most consequential decision has to be made. Where to sleep. This sounds simple. It is not. Cities have a patchwork of rules about overnight vehicle parking, and violating them has a real dollar cost. A parking ticket in most American cities runs between $50 and $100. For someone on this budget, a $75 ticket wipes out roughly half a week's food money, so the search is careful. The best spots share a few characteristics. They are legal, meaning no posted overnight parking restrictions. They are low traffic, meaning no one is going to walk by the car at 2 a.m. and peer in. They are not isolated, meaning there are other cars nearby, which is both safer and less conspicuous. And they have some ambient light, which discourages break-ins. That's crazy, right? The fact that an entire mental geography develops around this. Regular car livers know a rotation of 6 to 10 spots they cycle through, so they are not seen in the same place too many nights running. Some cities have formal safe parking programs, church lots, or municipal facilities that allow permitted overnight parking for verified vehicle residents, sometimes with access to a restroom or a power outlet. Where they exist, these programs can be transformative, but they are rare, often have waiting lists, and many require proof of enrollment in services the person may not need or want. Tonight, the spot is a side street near a 24-hour grocery store. Legal, lit, and quiet at this hour. No need to pay. The car pulls in at 9:20. The engine goes off. Okay. The seat goes back, the sleeping bag comes out. And before the phone gets plugged in and the alarm gets set, there is a few minutes of quiet math. Today's spending. Gas, about $4.20 for all the driving. Breakfast, $2.90. Lunch, packed, effectively free today. Laundry, $7. Groceries, $19.40. Gas station coffee in the afternoon, $1.50. Total out of pocket for the day, about $35. That is a fairly typical day. Some days are cheaper, some days a tire needs air or an unexpected expense shows up. The full monthly picture looks like this. Car insurance runs $140. The gym membership is $25. The phone plan is $40. Gas averages about $80 a month with the current driving patterns. Food, using the cooler strategy, comes in around $250 to $280. Laundry is $32. Miscellaneous, parking, supplies, small repairs, call it $60. The total comes out to roughly $630 to $660 a month all in to sustain this life. Compare that to a studio apartment at $1,150 a month, including utilities. The car saves somewhere between $500 and $600 a month. On a $13, $20 monthly take home, that difference is not just money. It is the margin between moving towards something and drowning. The subject is putting that savings toward a deposit, first month, last month, and a security deposit on even a modest place will run $2,500 to $3,000 in this city. At $500 a month saved, that is 5 to 6 months away, assuming nothing breaks, assuming no tickets, no medical bills, no unexpected car repair. The math is thin, but it is math. The alarm is set for 5:45. The windows are already starting to fog. Somewhere outside, the city hums along, and in this one car, on this one street, a person is working their way through a problem one careful, expensive, exhausting day at a time. Hey, it's CJ, the creator of this channel. Before you go, I want to tell you something. The video you just watched, the script, the narration, the visuals, I made all of it with a tool I built called topic2video.com. And here's the honest story of why it exists. I wanted to make money on YouTube and I didn't know how. I wasn't a videographer, I wasn't an editor, and I wasn't interested in being on camera. But I kept seeing faceless YouTube channels building real audiences and real income. I knew there was an opportunity there if I could just get past the production wall. So I built the system I used to create this video, and once it worked for me, it made sense to share it. This is what topic2video.com does. You type a topic you're interested in, and the system researches it, writes a world-class script, generates a voiceover, builds the visuals, and puts everything together for you to publish to YouTube. No camera, no microphone, no fancy equipment, and no editing skills required. Try it for free at topic2video.com. I'll see you in the next one.